extra innings, as they were actually trailing 6-0 in that game and scored 7 runs over the final 3 innings to win that one. But Emporia, the defending state champs, and tough task ahead for Ottawa. But if the Arrows could find a way to win today, they would actually move into the Game 9 slot, which would take place on Sunday. They would avoid having to play tomorrow. If they were to lose, potentially would actually could still find their way into that championship play on Sunday, but with a loss more than likely falling to a game tomorrow afternoon or evening starting at 5 or 7:30. We're going to take our first break here on the pregame show. You're listening to Ottawa Arrows Legion Baseball on KOFO, brought to you by our title sponsor, Ottawa Chiropractic Clinic, and State Farm Insurance agent Keith King.
Ottawa Chiropractic is ready to help with your chiropractic needs and implementing strict cleaning regimes for your family's health and safety. And speaking of family, Ottawa Chiropractic encourages family visits. Children can experience body trauma from jumping and tumbling, bouncing and bumping, but young bodies may also look to chiropractic care to improve chronic ear infection or sleep disturbance. Find out more. Call for your family appointment today at 785-242-BACK. That's 242-BACK. Open Monday through Thursday, 9 till 6, Tuesday and Friday, 7 till 11.
For Sutton's Jewelry, customer service during the COVID-19 crisis actually means customer safety. That's why they closed their doors for 2 months, a first in their 70-year history. And while they're still taking every precautionary measure to keep you safe, their doors are now open and they're ready to serve your jewelry needs. Stop in and celebrate with savings throughout the store, including Vera Bradley bags and gifts. Everyone at Sutton's Jewelry has missed providing that customer service to you. So stop in. They're now open Tuesday through Friday, 10 to 5:30, Saturday, 10 to 2. You've got it made at Sutton's Jewelry, 213 South Main.
Welcome back to the 2020 Stan Ellis Classic here in Emporia, as the Ottawa Arrows will take on Emporia Post 5 in their second game of group play. First game of the tournament for Emporia, and we'll run through the starting lineup for Emporia, as it will be the home team today. Batting first and playing catcher, Hayden Baumwark. Batting second, the center fielder, number 5, Bo Baumgartner. Batting third, the shortstop, number 2, Caden Williams. The designated hitter, batting fourth, number 8, Hunter Groh. In right field, batting fifth, number 10, Cade Kohlmeyer. Batting sixth, the first baseman, number 14, Skylar Douglas. Batting seventh, number 9, Skylar Beatty, the third baseman. Batting ninth will be number 6, Ethan Garate, the second baseman. And batting 10th, number 7, Caden Kermer, the center fielder. Pitching for Emporia will be number 22, Riley Wagner. For the Arrows, it will be Carson Hine at second base today, as he was the hero for the Arrows in Game 1 with the walk-off single for Ottawa in Game 1 as they won it 2-1 in the 7th. Batting second, the third baseman, number 7, Aiden Michael. Batting third, the right fielder, number 21, Brett Hadel. In the cleanup position, number 26, that is Antonio Espinoza, the designated hitter, did not play in Game 1. Batting fifth, the first baseman, number 19, Brett Laurie. And batting sixth will be number 23, Blake Ohlmeyer, who pitched 6 innings in Game 1. Did not come away with the decision in that one, but went 6 strong and kept Ottawa's arms from getting tired out before this game, too. Batting eighth, number 27, Cole Swanson, the center fielder. Batting ninth, number 9, Brady Beats, the shortstop. And batting 10th, the catcher, number 3, Brendan Oshel. On the mound will be Lane Altick for the Arrows. We're going to go ahead and wrap up the pregame show as you've been listening to Ottawa Post 60 Arrows Legion Baseball on KOFO, brought to you by our title sponsors, State Farm Insurance agent Keith King and Ottawa Chiropractic Clinic.
It's summer, and odds are, at some point, your teenager's going to ask if they can borrow the car. Being sure they're safe is your first thought, which leads to your second thought. Do I have enough coverage? Now you're thinking, time to call your local State Farm agent in Ottawa, Keith King. There's a reason State Farm is the largest auto insurer in the U.S.
I'm State Farm Insurance agent Keith King. Let's work together to be sure your vehicle has the coverage you need. Call and schedule an appointment today at 242-9435. Stop by my office at 111 South Main in Ottawa, or visit online at keithking.net.
Hi, this is Chad Bruno, Director at the ORC. We are pleased to announce that we are back to our normal business hours, Monday through Friday, 6:30 to 8 p.m., Saturday, 8 to 3 p.m., and Sunday, 1 to 4. Some of our restrictions are still in place for safety of all our patrons. Ottawa Recreation Commission, bring recreation to life.
Do you know if your AC is ready to beat the heat this summer? You can find out by calling Adamson Brothers today at 785-242-9273. Adamson Brothers, maintaining your comfort for over 30 years.
This is Aaron with Beanie's Body Shop and Repair in Ottawa. All of our repair work is done on site, body and mechanical, and we've taken the extra precautions to keep our shop and your vehicle safe and clean. Doing what we can for your peace of mind. Call 242-4082.
When you have an emergency, who do you call? 911. What do you do if you're unable to speak during your emergency? You text to 911. Franklin County Emergency Communications Center has recently added text to 911 technology as part of the new 911 phone system. Cell phone users can use their phone messaging system to text 911 to contact local dispatch. Phones must have a text or data plan in order to use this service, and phones in roaming mode, text apps, or apps messaging services cannot use this feature. It is important to note, dispatch is unable to determine your location while using this service, so always know your location and include that in your initial text. Remember, if you're able to place a voice call, we're able to help you more quickly. But in the event you are unable to speak, text to 911 will still allow us to get the information we need. Call if you can, text if you can't. For more information, go to kansas911.org or 911.gov. This message has been brought to you by the Franklin County Emergency Communications Center and KOFO.
The time is here. Long days in the truck or tractor for harvest. When it's busy season, hitchpin.com is a tool you need. Find harvesters near you for wheat harvest. See who's available in your area for swathing, raking, and baling. You can hire harvest and just about any ag service you can think of. So when you don't have the equipment or time, you can still get the job done right. List your custom services on Hitchpin, like chemical application, dirt work, and cattle processing. Increase your cash flow and expand your network of customers. Hitchpin is your go-to place when you need to buy or sell hay, livestock, and even farm fresh goods like produce. See what's nearby on the map. Use the KAN 2020 code for free transactions. Don't miss your chance to win a UTV or $2,000 cash prize. Visit hitchpin.com to see the contest. Use the KAN 2020 code for fee-free transactions when you download the free app today.
And sponsored by Open Jar Concepts. Attention, this is an important message for anyone that has been diagnosed with cancer after being exposed to Roundup or other weed killers. The Internal Agency for Research on Cancer warned that overexposure to Roundup and other weed killers may increase the risk of developing non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. Monsanto, the manufacturer of Roundup, may have known that Roundup and other weed killers were likely linked to organ damage and cancer. This information was hidden from the public as proprietary trade secret since 1981, and Monsanto may have failed to warn of the potential risk of cancer. If you or a loved one has been diagnosed with cancer after being exposed to Roundup or other weed killers, you may be entitled to significant compensation. Call us now at 800-510-8976. Our network of attorneys are ready to fight for you. You'll pay nothing unless there's a recovery in your favor. Call now for a free consultation at 800-510-8976. You must protect your legal rights. Call 800-510-8976. Again, 800-510-8976.
Did you know Geico's now offering an extra 15% credit on car and motorcycle policies? That's 15% on top of what Geico could already save you. So what are you waiting for? Your goldfish to sing Bizet's Carmen? There's never been a better time to switch to Geico. Save an extra 15% when you switch by October 7th. Limitations apply. Visit geico.com for details.
Everyone, and welcome back to Emporia as we get set for first pitch as the color guard is walking off the field right now after the national anthem as they honor the 2019 state championship team this evening as Emporia will play their first game of the 2020 Sam Ellis Classic, and we look forward to a big one tonight between Ottawa and Emporia. Arrows were able to get a win last time they were down here on June 16th. They come from behind 7-6 win. Emporia, though, in the other three matchups, a 15-2, 11-2, and a run rule 15-1 in Game 2 of that matchup against Ottawa. So we'll see if the Arrows can get things going offensively. It took them 3 innings to score a run earlier this afternoon, that 12 o'clock start, and then came alive there in the 7th inning to pick up a run and win it by a final of 2-1. that one over the Kansas Senators. We're going to take a break. When we come back, it's first pitch. You're listening to Ottawa Arrows Baseball on KOFO.
From accounting to income tax preparation, auditing and management advisory, estate planning and sales tax services, even fraud examination. For you, your business, and your peace of mind. Agler and Gaddert Public Service Accountants. Call 785-242-3170. Since 1899, Gobbert State Service Bank has worked side by side with friends and neighbors to help shape the future of our community. The Gobbert State Service Bank offers a full range of banking services for every need. The Gobbert State Service Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender. Corner Market, where the community meets for coffee, cafe, or cocktails. Yep, we said cocktails, as in full bar service. Corner Market is a win-win location for coffee, cafe, or cocktails. Open Friday and Saturday, 6 till 10. Sunday through Thursday, 6 till 8 at the corner of 4th and Main.
This is Eric Price, funeral director at Lamb Roberts Funeral Home in Ottawa, Baldwin City, and Overbrook. We're proud to be involved in the communities we serve and support the youth of today, because they're our leaders for tomorrow. Lamb Roberts Funeral Home, providing compassionate care when you need it most.
Sports, information, and entertainment in East Central Kansas. KOFO K279CS Ottawa, where keeping you informed comes first.
When purchasing or refinancing a home, do you know what transpires from time of application to the day of settlement? Rod Croucher and his dedicated staff will guide you through the process, protecting you against any adverse title claims or risks. Croucher Abstract and Title, 324 South Main, Ottawa.
Buy all your metal supplies from QSI. They not only sell steel and trim, but also windows, screws, underlayment, caulking, lumber, windows, doors, and much, much more. Visit us in Richmond or give us a call at 785-835-6100.
And we're back here in Emporia as we get set for first pitch between Ottawa and Emporia Post 5. The Arrows will face Riley Wagner. First time this year that the Arrows will face the right-handed hurler for Emporia Post 5. And this is the fifth time Ottawa and Emporia will play this season. As if Ottawa can find a way to get a win, they would move into the championship play on Sunday. That's single elimination. If they were to fall today, there's potential that they would have to play tomorrow at either 5 or 7:30 if they were to fall into that second or third spot. They won't know, though, until tomorrow, as Emporia will play the Kansas Senators at 12:30. If they were to fall tonight, they would find their fate after that. Leading off for the Arrows will be Carson Hine, the hero in Game 1, who had the RBI single to walk it off in the 7th inning. He went 3 for 4, 2 doubles and a single to go along with an RBI for Hine, the second baseman, wearing number 32. As he will face Wagner, working out of the windup. First pitch is going to be hit to left field on a line, but right at the left fielder, Caden Kermer, for out number 1. So 1 pitch and 1 out. As that will bring Aiden Michael, the third baseman, to the plate. Michael, the right-handed hitter, faces Wagner. This one's hit right back up the middle for a base hit. And Ottawa has their first hit of the game. And good for Aiden Michael, who did not have a hit in Game 1. A couple flyouts and a ground out. And Ottawa with their first base runner. Batting third for the Arrows, number 21, Brett Hadel. Hadel was 2 for 3. And he pops the first pitch up into shallow center. And it is caught by the center fielder, Baumgartner, for out number 2. Ottawa not waiting around here as they've seen 3 strikes. And all 3 have been put into play. And here comes Antonio Espinoza, who in that one win Ottawa had over Emporia was 4 for 5, 2 doubles, a triple, and 5 RBIs. Was really the workhorse in that win. He's going to hit this one to right center field. Going back, tracking it is Baumgartner, and actually making the grab in right field is Kohlmeyer, as it was well hit to the gap, but just a little too high, and that does it for Ottawa in the top half of the first inning. As Ottawa will bring out the pitcher to start the second, and Lane Altick. You're listening to Ottawa Arrows Baseball on KOFO.
Ottawa Chiropractic is ready to help with your chiropractic needs and implementing strict cleaning regimes for your family's health and safety. And speaking of family, Ottawa Chiropractic encourages family visits. Children can experience body trauma from jumping and tumbling, bouncing and bumping, but young bodies may also look to chiropractic care to improve chronic ear infection or sleep disturbance. Find out more. Call for your family appointment today at 785-242-BACK. That's 242-BACK. Open Monday through Thursday, 9 till 6, Tuesday and Friday, 7 till 11.
This is Margie Hindeleiter, Community President at Bank Midwest in Ottawa. Proud to support our local sports teams like Ottawa Post 60 Legion baseball team. It's just common sense to be involved with the youth and their parents in our community. Bank Midwest, where common sense lives. Member FDIC.
This is Craig Dingle of Dingle & Son Mortuary. All of our locations sell monuments. We have talented people who are experts in bringing your ideas to life to help you create the monument you envision. The possibilities are unlimited.
Dingle & Son Mortuary, 785-242-2323.
Sports, information, and entertainment in East Central Kansas. KOFO K279CS Ottawa, where keeping you informed comes first.
The top half of the first, Ottawa not playing around, only saw 4 pitches. Did get a single, but had a couple well-hit balls just right at defenders for Emporia. On the mound for Ottawa is Lane Altick. He's only faced Emporia once in relief, as he went 2 1/3, as the lefty will face a very powerful Emporia lineup that can put up runs very quickly, as it'll be Baumgart, Baumgartner, and Williams to lead it off for Emporia. And it was really the defense that kept Ottawa in the game in that one win on June 16th as part of that doubleheader. Gave up 6 runs in the first 2 innings, and after that, nothing else. As Aiden Michael was able to come on in relief and shut things down after the first 2 innings from Cole Swanson. Altick, the left-handed pitcher, his first appearance in a couple weeks. Did not pitch against Iola earlier this week. Did not pitch last weekend against the Kansas Senators. Ottawa, the blue tops, gray pants, red socks. Emporia, red jerseys with Emporia across the chest in white. Gray piping down the side. White shorts with black down the side. Black socks with the triple red on there, as it'll be the catcher, Hayden Baumgart, to start it off. Altick's first pitch, fastball, gets away from him, and the count to 1-0. Altick works from that far right side of the rubber, trying to work inside on those right-handed hitters. 1-0 pitch, swinging strike, and clipped it. Lit up in the back of the glove of the catcher, Oshel. The count to 1-1. Shadows starting to creep in. Count at 1-1. Fastball outside, count to 2-1. So batter's still with the sun and the pitcher as well, but the shadow's in between, and that makes it tough sometimes for hitters to pick up the baseball. 2-1 pitch from Altick. Foul back. The count goes to 2-2. Altick did not play in game 1, either out on the field or come in to pinch hit at any point. 2-2 pitch from Altick. Fastball pops foul, as it staying alive at the plate was Baumgartner on that breaking ball. Baumgartner, standing in the on-deck circle. Baumgart at the plate for Emporia. This is their first game of pool play. They will play tomorrow afternoon at 12:30. And Altick thought he struck him out. A lot of people in the building thought that was strike 3 on the breaking ball. If he had Baumgart fooled and called inside and the count goes full, might have been just a little low. 3-2 pitch from Altick. Chopped foul down the third base line. No wind right now as you look at the flag in left field above the Allen Mound scoreboard here at Sodens Grove. Three-two pitch on the way from Altick to Baumgart. Lifted high and foul as it's driven down the line. Count remains full. Hopefully that wasn't my car that they just caught out in left field. We'll find out here in about 2 hours if it was mine. Count at 3-2. Altic delivers. Chopped again, foul. A battle here. The first at bat here in the bottom of the first inning. Ottawa unable to take advantage of a one-out single from Aiden Michael in the top half, but did put the ball in play. It took him a couple innings to get going. The first matchup against the Kansas Senators at 12:30 this afternoon. And swinging strike three as Altic gets his first strikeout. As he was able to go back to his fastball, kind of lulled Baumort to sleep with some off-speed stuff. He does get the strikeout as he'll face number 5, Bo Baumgartner, the center fielder. Fastball outside for ball 1. The Emporia team is going to put the ball in play. They all like to swing the bat 1 through 10. A lot of power as well. 1-0 pitch, swinging strike on a fastball outside. Now it goes to 1-1. Altic worked out of the windup. 1-1 pitch. Again, outside. Count to 1-2. Looks like Altic may be working with a little bit of a slider to start this game. It's tailing away almost a cutter action that's really fooling the hitters here early on, and starting out in the middle of the strike zone and working back towards the outer part of the plate on righties. 1-2 pitch. This one gets away from him. Count goes to 2-2. Oshel behind the plate again for the second game of the day. Caught all 7 innings in game 1. 2-2 pitch. In there for strike 3, looking on the changeup. And back-to-back strikeouts to start it for Lane Altic. To the plate, number 2, Caden Williams, the shortstop. We saw him really sling the leather in that doubleheader back in mid-June. Made some diving plays in the hole. And really sling it over there. He takes fastball outside. Count to 1-0. Second pitch on the way is smashed to left. Taking a step back and making the grab is Olmeyer. As that one was roped, but right at the left fielder. 3 up and 3 down in the bottom of the first for Emporia. We head to the second, no score. You're listening to Ottawa Arrows Baseball on KOFO.
You got to the game late, and the only place to park turned out to be a little too close to foul territory. But you're not worried. In fact, you watch the rest of the game before you even go check the damage. How can you be so confident? Your auto insurance is with local State Farm agent Keith King. There's a reason State Farm is the largest auto insurer in the U.S.
I'm State Farm Insurance Agent Keith King. Let's work together to be sure your vehicle has the coverage you need. Call and schedule an appointment today at 242-9435. Stop by my office at 111 South Main in Ottawa or visit online at keithking.net.
Kramer Pharmacy knows that right now it's all about safety and convenience. Hi, this is Laura Hibberts reminding you that you can park out front and call 242-0240 and we'll bring your prescription out or pick up your written script to be filled. We also want you to know about our new Saturday hours from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. You can still get the same weekday service from 9 to 7, and if you still aren't ready to get out and about, you can always take advantage of our free delivery service. Kramer Pharmacy open 9 to 7 weekdays and Saturday from 9 to 2 at 134 South Main in downtown Ottawa.
Lane Altic with an impressive bottom of the first inning as he got 2 strikeouts, one of those looking and then a fly out to left field. To the plate for Ottawa to start the top of the second, Laurie, Olmeyer, and Swanson. Ryan Laurie had 2 hits against the Kansas Senators as he was 2 for 3, a double and a single. This one's hit on a grounder to third, and he's thrown out quickly by Skylar Beatty. For out number 1, Ottawa has seen 5 pitches and put all 5 in play. To the plate, Blake Olmeyer, the left fielder, pitched a gem of a game earlier this afternoon. Did not come away with the win, and he's going to hit this one to center field. Making and tracking in center with all that speed is Bo Baumgartner for out number 2. And Riley Wagner might be able to go 15, 20 innings at this pace. Pitch count is at 6. And finally, a strike swinging to Cole Swanson on a breaking ball. Ottawa is connected on every pitch up into that point. Swanson lifts this one down the right field line. It's tailing, and into the bullpen it goes. He's behind in the count at 0-2 to the center fielder. Pitch on the way to Swanson. Lifts this one to right field. But anytime you're going to get too much air under it, too much speed in the outfield for Emporia, and that's a catch made by Kohlmeyer for out number 3. As that does it for Ottawa in the top of the second. You're listening to Ottawa Arrows Baseball on KOFO.
This is Aaron at Beanie's Body Shop and Repair in Ottawa. We're open for business as usual, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. We know times are tough, so if it helps, we'll come pick up your vehicle for maintenance repairs and then return it. Call Beanie's Body Shop and Repair, 242-4082.
During these trying times, everyone knows that golf is an essential activity. Just ask the pros at Great Life Golf and Fitness. Get out and enjoy an essential round today. Call 785-242-3734 for your membership. Great Life, proud to support Ottawa Legion Baseball.
This is Craig Dingle of Dingle & Son Mortuary. Pre-arrangements make the difference of a family that is stressed and a family that is free to grieve, to celebrate a life. Consider making your pre-arrangements to lift the burden.
Dingle & Son Mortuary, 785-242-2323.
Now that you're out and about again, there's a better chance you may need us sooner than later. At CarStar Ottawa, our lobby is open and we're ready to take care of your vehicle with convenient and trustworthy repairs. Call 242-8916. CarStar. Stay safe and relax. We'll take it from here.
Ottawa not waiting around at the plate today. They've seen 9 total pitches, have connected on 6 of them. Unfortunately, or makes connected on 7 of them. Unfortunately, they have been hit right at defenders, and anything that is not on a line drive here is going to be caught, just because the Emporia defense can make up so much ground with their speed. To the plate for Emporia is going to be the designated hitter, Hunter Groh, followed by Kohlmeyer and Douglas. First lefty that Altick will see, and he'll continue to stay on that far right side of the river. First pitch outside, and the count to 1-0. Altick to 18 pitches at 17 in the first. Another fastball misses off the plate. Low and outside, 2-0. See Groh take a couple steps forward in the box. Doesn't need to, though, as that one's outside again, and the count to 3-0. Pitch. This one does catch the strike zone with a changeup right at the belt. Down to 3-1, and Groh, who got the sign to wait on that one, looked like he wanted to tee off. 3-1 pitch, low and in the turf, and a walk to lead off the inning. To the plate batting 5th in the lineup is Cade Kohlmeyer, the right fielder. Runner at first, no outs. Bottom of the second, no score between Ottawa and Emporia. And this one's going to be looped and not caught as it went over the head of Hine at second base, and a single. And the first hit of the evening for Emporia, and they've got runners at first and second and no outs. Hine did as best as he could to make everyone in the building believe that he was going to make that grab, as Groh really didn't get too far off of first base. Did loop over his head into center field, though. Showing bunt and pulling it back is Skylar Douglas as he takes ball 1. Standing at second is Groh. At first, Kohlmeyer. 1-0 pitch. Again, Douglas shows bunt, and he'll bring it back, and the count to 2-0 on a fastball that's high. Fifth matchup of the year between these two clubs. Emporia has won 3 out of 4. 2-0 pitch. Bunt that's fouled out of play. Don't see that often. That one actually got back to the screen. High fastball that Douglas went after, and the count to 2-1. 2-1 pitch from Altic. In there for a fastball strike. Count goes even to 2-2. He faces another righty in Douglas. Two pitch to Skylar Douglas. Stringing strike that is fouled at the plate. Getting a piece of it was Douglas. I believe it might have caught the catcher, Oshel, as the umpire will walk it to Altic. Oshel gives the thumbs up to the first base dugout. Douglas stays alive at the plate as he fouls it off. 2-2 count, runners at first and second, no outs. Bottom of the second inning, no score between Ottawa and Emporia, but Emporia threading. 2-2 pitch driven back up the middle and able to make a fantastic play as Ottawa does get the force out. It was a sharp line drive back up the middle, took one bounce. Beats was there to make the play, and he'll shuffle it over to Hine to get the force out. Runner at second moves to third, but Ottawa able to get their first out of the inning, as that goes as a fielder's choice. And a fastball in there to start off Skylar Beatty for strike one as Groh moves to third. Cole Meyer was out at second, and standing at first now is Skylar Douglas. Altic trying to pick off Douglas at first, and he gets back in time. Altic can induce a ground ball. 0-1 pitch on the way. Fastball outside, and count goes even. One and one the count. Altic up to 31 pitches. 1-1 pitch inside, almost catches Beatty. Count to 2-1. Ethan Garante stands in the on-deck circle for Emporia. 2 balls and a strike, runner at first and third, 1 out. Bottom of the second. Again, Altic throws over to first. Douglas getting a nice lead over there at first, but gets back in plenty of time. Two 2-1 pitch, swinging strike on a fastball, a little high and out of the zone. Count goes to 2-2 as Altic has had to battle compared to his counterpart that has only thrown 9 pitches. Two pitch from Altic, another changeup that's fouled back. And he has done a nice job of mixing in those breaking balls and off-speed pitches, and then his strike 3 pitch has been his fastball or his cutter away from these righties. Got to get it 2-2. Runner at first and third. Pitch on the way from Altic. Swinging strike 3 as he picks up. And Ottawa looking to get a double play and unable to get it done as getting back in time was Douglas. Smart play down with the throw there from Oshel. That is the 3rd strikeout for Lane Altic, and potentially 1 pitch away getting out of this inning. This one's fouled back. That's off the end of the bat from Garate. Down at 0-1, 2 outs, bottom of the second. No score between Ottawa and Emporia, but Emporia able to get the first 2 batters of the inning on, and currently that first batter and Hunter Groh stands at third base. Altic throws over to first one more time. Check on Douglas. No balls and a strike. To Ethan Garate. 0-1 pitch. In there for a strike. And the count to 0-2 on a fastball low in the zone. See if Altic tries to go back to the cutter. 0-2 pitch on the way. Looped down the first baseline, tailing and foul. The caroms off the fence in front of the bullpen. Here at Jones Field. Fantastic facility. Have the turf all the way down the line and the infield, and then grass in the outfield. 0-2 pitch on the way from Altic. Tries the outside corner of the plate with a fastball. Just misses, and Garate lays off of it, and the count to 1-2. That's a tough one to lay off if you're Garate. Not too far inside on the box. 1-2 pitch from Altic. Chop to third. This is going to be a tough play for Michael. He'll sling it over to first. Making the grab is Lori. And Ottawa gets out of the inning after a leadoff walk and a single. We head to the top of the third as Ottawa and Emporia tied at 0. You're listening to Ottawa Arrows Baseball on KOFO.
Ottawa Chiropractic is ready to help with your chiropractic needs and implementing strict cleaning regimes for your family's health and safety. And speaking of family, Ottawa Chiropractic encourages family visits. Children can experience body trauma from jumping and tumbling, bouncing and bumping, but young bodies may also look to chiropractic care to improve chronic ear infection or sleep disturbance. Find out more. Call for your family appointment today at 785-242-BACK. That's 242-BACK. Open Monday through Thursday, 9 till 6, Tuesday and Friday, 7 till 11.
Advent Health Ottawa is keeping you safe by having all team members and visitors wear masks, practice social distancing strategies, taking temperature checks, and utilizing enhanced deep cleaning procedures. Your assistance and understanding are greatly appreciated because at Advent Health Ottawa, nothing is more important than you. Why is Kansas State Bank your hometown bank? Because the people you know support the people you know, like sponsoring this broadcast of Ottawa Legion Baseball, and by providing SBA loans of over $8 million as part of the Payroll Protection Program for local businesses. Kansas State Bank, proud to be your hometown bank. Member FDIC.
Lane Altic gets out of a major jam in that inning as runners at first and second with no outs and leaving a runner stranded at third and first base. Able to get a strikeout and a ground out to finish the inning. He has thrown 40 pitches, though. Riley Wagner, through 2 innings, has thrown 9. And he will face Beats, Oshel, and Hine in the third inning. Wagner has looked in control, and he starts with a fastball, misses just low out of the zone. Count to 1-0 to Brady Beats. Beats reached on an error in the first game, and he takes a fastball low on the count to 2-0. But it was his glove in that first game that really helped this pitcher as he takes a strike count to 2-1. Wagner not waiting around, working quickly. This one's going to be hit back up the middle, and it's going to be caught in the infield by the shortstop, Caden Williams. Wagner just jammed it. To the plate for the Arrows, number 3, Brendan Oshel. Takes a fastball from Wagner off the plate. The righty watches that one go by for a ball. Oshel reached on an error in that 7th inning as the Senators ended up having 2 errors in that inning that led to the game-winning single. Count it 2-0. This one's hit to center field. Still going back is Baumgartner. He'll take 3 or 4 steps and makes the grab in the shadows for out number 2. Now we go back to the top of the lineup with Carson Hine. Hine flew out to left field on the first pitch of the game. Well hit, but right at Kermer. Out at 0-1 as he fouls that one back. 2 outs, top of the third, no score between Ottawa and Emporia. 0-1 pitch outside, and it counts to 1-1. And Wagner really hasn't had to throw a lot of off-speed stuff. He's really stuck with his fastball so far. See what he does the second time around through the lineup. 1-1 pitch, hit to right center on his horse, and unable to make the grab as Baumgartner in center. Hine will turn to second. He will slide into second. Goes off the glove of the second baseman. Backing up was the first baseman, Douglas, as Hine is in there. We'll wait to see what the official scoring is. That would be a tough error. It is going to go on a hit as Baumgartner was laying out for it in center field. That'll be scored a double. Carson Hine with his 4th hit of the day as he is 4 for 6. That's also his 3rd double. Michael just lays the bat out there and fouls it down the first baseline and just trying to make some contact in the count to 0-1. Michael had the only other hit for Ottawa until that Carson Hine double. The single here would score Hine as he's got good speed at second. 0-1 pitch to him, looped foul, and out of play down the first base line, and Michael behind at 0-2. Runner at second. 2 outs for the Arrows as they bat here in the top of the third. Time is called at the plate by Aiden Michael, and he'll step back into the box. Big righty at the plate. 0-2 pitch, and again, just reaching out there to make contact to stay alive, and the count remains at 0-2. Wagner just 22 pitches through 2 2/3. Hine with a healthy lead at second. Wagner not looking there. And striking out is Aiden Michael to end the inning swinging. Ottawa no runs on 1 hit, 1 left on base as we head to the bottom of the third. You're listening to Ottawa Arrows Baseball on KOFO.
Do you know if your AC is ready to beat the heat this summer? You can find out by calling Adamson Brothers today at 785-242-9273. Adamson Brothers, maintaining your comfort for over 30 years.
Kramer Pharmacy knows that right now it's all about safety and convenience. Hi, this is Laura Hibberts reminding you that you can park out front and call 242-0240 and we'll bring your prescription out or pick up your written script to be filled. We also want you to know about our new Saturday hours from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. You can still get the same weekday service from 9 to 7, and if you still aren't ready to get out and about, you can always take advantage of our free delivery service. Kramer Pharmacy open 9 to 7 weekdays and Saturday from 9 to 2 at 134 South Main in downtown Ottawa.
From accounting to income tax preparation, auditing and management advisory, estate planning and sales tax services, even fraud examination. For you, your business, and your peace of mind. Agler and Gaddert Public Service Accountants. Call 785-242-3170.
Ottawa leaving a runner at second base to end that inning. Emporia back to the plate in the bottom of the third. I want to thank some of our sponsors, of course, our co-title sponsors, Ottawa Chiropractic and Keith King of State Farm. Our other sponsors, Croucher Abstract and Title Company, Gofford State Service Bank, Quality Structures in Richmond, Dingle & Son Mortuary, Lamb Roberts Funeral Home, Sutton's Jewelry, Advent Health of Ottawa, the ORC, Kramer Pharmacy, Kansas State Bank, Adamson Brothers, Harvest Bank, Bank of the Midwest, and CarStar. It's going to be Camden Kermer. This is the last batter in the lineup here for Emporia, and he takes a fastball low from Lane Altick for ball 1. Kermer will be followed by the top of the lineup with Baumwart and Baumgartner. 1-0 pitch from Altick. High, just above the belt, and the count to 2-0. And walked the first batter in the last inning. Able to get out of that jam, but top of the lineup coming up, not something you want to do here. And he will fire in a fastball for strike 1 as the count goes to 2-1. 2-1 pitch. Catches the outside corner, counts it 2-2. First time we've really seen one on the outer half of the plate to the lefties today. And the umpire gives it to him. 2-2 pitch. Alta goes right back there. It's going to be chopped to second and flipped over to second by Hine as he gets it over to Laurie for the first out. And that pitch was in the exact same spot as the last one, and Kermer really did all he could to keep it alive and just make contact. Aiden Baumwart takes fastball outside, count 2-1-0. Struck out swinging in the first inning. Not often you see a catcher batting in that first spot, but no, you can see he can swing the bat. This one's chopped to third, 2 hops to Michael. He'll throw it to first and in time as he's able to get the speedy Baumwart by a couple steps for the second out. Bo Baumgartner steps in for Emporia with 2 outs. This one's chopped down the third base line, but it goes foul. No score between Ottawa and Emporia as we played 2 2/3. Both pitchers been in a nice groove so far. As Altic with a breaking ball that stays high to Baumgartner and the count to 1-1. 2 outs though for Lane Altic. And this one is smashed down the line and it goes foul. Luckily for Altic, because that was trouble in that left corner if it stayed fair. One-two pitch, foul back on a breaking ball as it hits the screen. One-two pitch on the way is maybe a burner pitch there from Altic is a fastball outside to Baumgartner, who struck out looking in the top of the bottom of the first. 2-2 pitch, and it's going to catch. It is not going to catch Baumgartner. Tough angle from here, and the count goes full. Somehow it did not hit Baumgartner in the box. 3-2 pitch from Altic. Swinging at the plate and unable to snag it is Oshel. As Altic thought he was out of the inning. And we'll do 3-2 one more time. Pitch from the lefty Altic. Fastball low and a walk with 2 outs. Second walk issued for Altic. And to the plate, the shortstop, Caden Williams. Lights are on here in Emporia as the Shadows continue to take over the field here. Runner going. Oshel with the throw. It's in the dirt, though, and plenty of speed for Baumgartner as he'll take second. Oshel knew it was going to be a tough task as that was an off speed, and Oshel calls time at the plate. Count at 1-1. The runner in scoring position here for Emporia. Got a runner to third in the last inning. Fastball high and outside for Altic, and the count to 2-0. On Caden Williams, who had a hard line drive that was hit to left field, right at Olmeyer. 2-0 pitch in there on the inside part of the play with the breaking ball, and the count to 2-1. Runner going at second and swinging. Oshel fires down to third, not in time, but the count goes to 2-2 on Caden Williams. And another runner here gets the third in the bottom half of the third inning. Just like he did in the second. 2-2 pitch, hit back up the middle, and this is going to be a base hit and score the runner from third, and Emporia takes the lead. Single for Caden Williams, scores Baumgard. It's a 1-0 lead for Emporia Post 5. Cleanup hitter, Hunter Grove. And Altick throws over to first. It's the second hit given up by Lane Altick. Runner going. Oshel throws down to second. No one there to cover, and that ball's into center field. Took a while for Caden Williams to get up, and so he does not move on to third. Oh, and 1 the count to Grow. Grow walked in his first plate appearance, chops one to first. Laurie will pick it up, step on the bag, and Ottawa only gives up 1 run an inning, but Emporia takes the lead 1-0 as we head to the top of the 4th. You're listening to Ottawa Arrows Baseball on KOFO.
Since 1899, Gobbert State Service Bank has worked side by side with friends and neighbors to help shape the future of our community. The Gobbert State Service Bank offers a full range of banking services for every need. The Gobbert State Service Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
This is Eric Price, funeral director at Lamb Roberts Funeral Home in Ottawa, Baldwin City, and Overbrook. Our staff knows the importance of working as a team to take care of you in your time of need. We want to show the youth in our communities that we support their teamwork as well by sponsoring this broadcast. I invite you to visit lamb-roberts.com.
When purchasing or refinancing a home, do you know what transpires from time of application to the day of settlement? Rod Croucher and his dedicated staff will guide you through the process, protecting you against any adverse title claims or risks. Croucher Abstract and Title, 324 South Main, Ottawa. You've been isolated too long. Great Life Golf and Fitness says get out and enjoy a round of golf or beat the heat with a state-of-the-art workout at Great Life Fitness Center, downtown Ottawa. Call 785-242-3734. Great Life, proud to support Ottawa Legion Baseball.
Emporia scores 1 in the bottom half of the 3rd, and they lead it 1-0. They have 1 run on 2 hits. Ottawa no runs on 2 hits. Brett Hadel leads it off, as he will be followed up by Espinoza and Lort. To face Riley Wagner, 23 pitches through 3 innings for him. First pitch to Hadel, swinging foul down the third base line. Little out in front of it, and it counts to 0-1. Hadel with a fly out to center field. First inning. 0-1 pitch, swinging again. Chop foul one more time. Oh, 2 count to Brett Hadel as he faces Riley Wagner. Pitch on the way from Wagner. Lifted over the head of the third baseman, Beatty, and Ottawa's got a leadoff single to start the top of the 4th. We'll see the Emporia outfield take a few steps back as Espinoza comes to the plate. As he flew out to right field, it was really the right center gap. He'll take fastball outside from Wagner, and it counts to 1-0. Espinoza, another player who didn't play in the first game this afternoon. A win against the Kansas Senators 2-1. 1-0 pitch to Espinoza, chopped. Could be a double play. Trying to get there, making the throw is in time, as he'll get the runner at first. Too much speed from Hadel as he makes it to second. So the runner moves over. The throw from Williams at short, able to get Espinoza by a couple steps. Ryan Laurie, the first baseman, to the plate for Ottawa. Arrows trailing 1-0 against the defending state champs. This one is going to be in the hole. Williams able to come up with it, and it is not going to be in time, but what an effort from Williams. Probably saved a run, laid out for it on a hard-hit ground ball. Infield single for Laurie. And Ottawa trying to get something going, trailing 1-0, and runners at the corners with one out. Ottawa now with 4 hits. Blake Olmeyer, the left fielder, flew out to center field. Fly out here would give his team a chance to tie it up. First pitch to him, fastball, a little low, and the count to 1-0. And Wagner continuing to pound the zone with fastballs. A couple breaking balls mixed in from time to time, but creating a lot of contact. A little miscommunication, and now a pickle at first as the runner coming home is safe. And somehow Ottawa able to get into a pickle, and in the process, Hadel takes off from third and scores, and more importantly, Laurie not out at second as he was dead to rights in a pickle, and somehow Ottawa was able to tie it up. Looked like it was design play all the way. Give credit to Laurie for keeping that pickle going for as long as he did. And a swinging strike from Olmeyer. That's foul tip, and the count to 1-1. So runner at second for the Arrows with one out as Hadel scores the first run, and we're tied at 1. 1-1 pitch, breaking ball hit back up the middle, and that's going to be right at the center fielder. Just stayed up in the air forever, and making the grab in center is Baumgartner for the second out. So a fly out for Olmeyer. Both of his plate appearances have turned into fly outs. Cole Swanson trying to deliver for Ottawa with a runner in scoring position, and he swings over the top of a changeup, and the count to 0-1. 2 outs, top of the fourth. Ottawa and Emporia tied at 1 after the Arrows respond with a run of their own. 0-1 pitch. Swanson flies out to right field, and coming over to make the catch is Kohlmeyer for the third out. Is Ottawa able to score one? I think that 1 run on 2 hits, 1 left on base as we head to the bottom of the fourth, tied at 1. You're listening to Ottawa Arrows Baseball on KOFO.
This is Margie Hindeleiter, Community President at Bank Midwest in Ottawa, proud to support our local sports teams like Ottawa Post 60 Legion Baseball Team. It's just common sense to be involved with the youth and their parents in our community. Bank Midwest, where common sense lives. Member FDIC.
It's summer, and odds are, at some point, your teenager's going to ask if they can borrow the car. Being sure they're safe is your first thought, which leads to your second thought. Do I have enough coverage? Now you're thinking, time to call your local State Farm agent in Ottawa, Keith King. There's a reason State Farm is the largest auto insurer in the U.S.
I'm State Farm Insurance Agent Keith King. Let's work together to be sure your vehicle has the coverage you need. Call and schedule an appointment today at 242-9435. Stop by my office at 111 South Main in Ottawa, or visit online at keithking.net.
Wash your hands.
Cover your cough.
Keep your distance.
Stay home.
Help stop the spread of the COVID-19 virus.
We're all in this
together.
And being together apart is how we'll all come out healthy and safe.
A reminder from your friends at 1220
and 103.7 FM.
KOFO.
Arrows respond after giving up a run in the bottom of the third, score one of their own as Brett Hadel able to steal home as Laurie found himself picked off at first, got in a pickle. Whether it was design play or not, give Brett Hadel credit for coming down the line and able to score with a head-first slide. Ottawa ties it up at 1. As leading it off for Emporia, it's going to be Cade Kohlmeyer, number 10, the right fielder, to face Lane Alpich. He gets a fastball outside, counted 1-0. Kohlmeyer with a single in the second inning, out on a fielder's choice. on a ground ball from Douglas. Another fastball outside, count to 2-0. Baltic has had some trouble getting ahead in the count. 2-0 pitch, low and inside, count to 3-0. First inning and a half, he was really motoring through, but lost a little bit of command over the last inning, and the count now to 3-1 on a changeup that's in there for a strike. One pitch, hit off the end of the bat, down the first baseline, foul. Count goes full. Three-two pitch, hit to second, couple hops, over to Hine, to Laurie for the first out. To the plate, the first baseman, Skylar Douglas. His first pitch going to be hit to center field. Swanson coming on, makes the grab. For out number 2. Skylar Beatty to the plate for Emporia. Bottom of the 4th inning, Ottawa and Emporia tied at 1. Emporia got one in the bottom of the 3rd. Ottawa got one top of the 4th. And if a breaking ball outside does catch part of the plate, and the count to 0-1 on Beatty, who struck out swinging in the 2nd. He ropes one down the line, foul. Great contact that time. Count to 0-2. He was on top of that fastball from Baltic. 0-2 pitch. A slider that's fouled back to the screen. Count remains at 0-2. Pitch. Fastball just misses low and inside, and the count's 1-2. Baltic 73 pitches. 1-2 pitch. Hit back up the middle. Make a run at it as beats and knock. Is it going to be in time? It is. A play at first base by Laurie to dig it out. And it's 3 up, 3 down for Emporia as we head to the top of the 5th. Ottawa and Emporia tied at 1. You're listening to Ottawa Arrows Baseball on KOFO.
I've always wanted to learn another language, but every time I try, it never sticks. So I decided to give Babbel a try, and I really like the teaching method of the app. I started with the beginner lesson on Babbel, and it starts with simple words and phrases, and soon you're putting those words into a conversation. Each lesson takes about 10 to 15 minutes, and they're all really different, which keeps things interesting. The app is really smart. It actually keeps track of the words I'm struggling with so I can practice them and get better. I chose Babbel because it was created by real language teachers. They built it around real life, how people actually communicate, and what they care about. I can't wait to use my new language skills in the real world. Dos cervezas, por favor.
With Babbel, get conversational in Spanish, French, German, and more. It just takes 10 to 15 minutes a day. Now try Babbel free. Just go to Babbel.com and start learning a new language today. That's Babbel.com, Babbel.com.
Great play to end the inning there by Brady Beats, as that one looked like it was destined for center field. Able to take it over the bag at second, fire it over to Laurie, able to dig it out on a hop. And Ottawa with a little bit of momentum right now. We'll see if that'll convert over to the bats. Brady Beats leads it off, followed by Oshel and Hine. 9-10-1 for the Arrows. Lifted down the first base line, and it'll get out of play. Count to 0-1. Chasing was the catcher, Baumart, and the first baseman, Douglas. And getting out of the way over there in the on-deck circle was Oshel. pitch from Wagner. This one's hit to left field. Going back is the left fielder to the wall. It hits the base of the wall. And it's going to be a stand-up double by Brady Beats. As he got all of that one. Just hit the base of the wall. That's 335 in the corner. Probably more like 345-ish where that one landed. Brady Beats gets things started for the Arrows in the fifth. If Oshel can drive him in. No outs in the top of the fifth. He shows bunt down the third base line and does exactly what he's supposed to do. Moves the runner over to third on the sacrifice bunt. Ottawa with a runner at third and one out. As Carson Hine, hero of game one, a chance to give Ottawa a lead with a base hit. And he'll swing over one for strike one on a fastball. The 0-1 pitch to Hine outside, and the count to 1-1. Beats led off the inning with a double. Sacrifice bunt from Oshel moved him to third. Top of the fifth, score tied at 1. 1-1 pitch from Wagner. Fastball catches the outside corner. Count to 1-2. Hine moves closer in the box after those last two pitches on the outside corner. 1-2 pitch. Looped and tailing foul on the first base line, and the count remains at 1-2. But Wagner doing a tremendous job pounding the outer half of the plate, forcing Hine to just try and make some contact. Owen covering at third on Beats, holding him on. 1-2 pitch, again, hit hard down the first base line and foul. Hine flew out in the first inning and had a double in the third. That's his third double of the day through 2 games. 1-2 pitch to Hine, going to be hit to center field. Is it going to be enough to score? Beats. Throw coming home is going to be off the mark, and Ottawa's going to take their first lead of the game. As Beats able to tag up from third. On the sac fly from Carson Hine. And Ottawa leads it. Aiden Michael with the bases empty. Takes a fastball outside and the count to 1-0. Pitch to Michael, and he fouls it at the plate. Might have caught him on the left foot, and the count to 1-1. If you could draw up how to manufacture a run, Ottawa just did it. 1-1 pitch. Wagner just misses off the plate. And count to 2-1. That's a pitch that was given as a strike on the last at bat. 2-1 pitch. Wagner again trying to work the outer half, and fastball gets away in the count to 3-1. On the way to Michael, and it is inside for ball 4, so a 2-out walk. Drawn by Aiden Michael. To the plate will be number 21, Brett Hadel. As the center, or the shortstop, Caden Williams, will talk with his pitcher, Riley Wagner. He works out of the stretch for only, really hasn't had to do it a whole lot. The third or fourth time. Hard hit to third, but the glove over there on the left side of the infield. And Beatty able to take a couple steps, fired over to first, but Ottawa has their first lead of the game. as they lead it 2-1 as we head to the bottom of the fifth. You're listening to Ottawa Arrows Baseball on KOFO.
In uncertain times, you can be certain of this. The Salvation Army is serving those most in need with help and hope. Thanks to your donations, the Salvation Army is helping those affected by COVID-19, those who've lost wages, who have no home to retreat to, who need food, help with utilities, and most of all, hope. To see how you can continue to make a difference, visit GiveWestwood.org. GiveWestwood.org.
It's no secret that many of our youth are engaging in risky behaviors at earlier and earlier ages. We at Life Care Center of Ottawa are working to stem that tide by educating middle and high school students in Franklin and surrounding counties using our Relationships Under Construction curriculum. The week-long program is for grades 6 through 9 and takes students on a journey to recognize and avoid the pitfalls of poor lifestyle and relationship choices. RUC meets the state's requirements for sex education. Bring Relationships Under Construction to your school. Call 785-242-4500.
Arrows were able to get a leadoff double to start the top of the fifth. Sack bunt, a sack fly, and Ottawa takes their first lead 2-1. For Emporia here in the bottom half, it will be Garate, Kermer, and Baumwart. Garate grounded to second. That ended a inning where Emporia had runners at first and second and no outs. Were unable to get a run. Then he gets started with a fastball low and outside, and the count at 1-0. Lane Altick still on the mound, and he gets a fastball by Garate swinging. The count's a 1-1. 76 pitches thrown by the lefty. It has been a battle so far. 1-1 pitch. Hit to second. Running and on the run and making the throw, getting the out is Hine, as he had to work his way all the way over to first base side. And on the run, able to scoop and throw a Garate for the first out in the bottom of the fifth. Last hitter in the lineup is Kermer. Fastball down the middle for strike one. Kermer, a grounder to second, back in the third inning. He grounded out. 0-1 pitch. This one's going to be hit to second. It's going to be one hop over to Heim. He'll swing it to first. 4 out, number 2. Good speed by Kermer. Made that a tough play for Hine as he's battling the sun on that right side of the infield. The shadows cover basically everything out to the dirt, which is the brown turf out here. And 2 outs. We're back to the top of the lineup for Emporia. And Hayden Baumwart. This one lifted deep to left field. Going back, still going back, and making the grab just in front of the track for the third out is Blake Olmeyer. And that does it for Emporia in the fifth. No runs, no hits, none left on base as we head to the top of the sixth. You're listening to Arrows Baseball on KOFO.
I've always wanted to learn another language, but every time I try, it never sticks. So I decided to give Babbel a try, and I really like the teaching method of the app. I started with the beginner lesson on Babbel, and it starts with simple words and phrases, and soon you're putting those words into a conversation. Each lesson takes about 10 to 15 minutes, and they're all really different, which keeps things interesting. The app is really smart. It actually keeps track of the words I'm struggling with so I can practice them and get better. I chose Babbel because it was created by real language teachers. They built it around real life, how people actually communicate, and what they care about. I can't wait to use my new language skills in the real world. Dos cervezas, por favor.
With Babbel, get conversational in Spanish, French, German, and more. It just takes 10 to 15 minutes a day. Now try Babbel free. Just go to Babbel.com and start learning a new language today. That's Babbel.com, Babbel.com.
Welcome back to Emporia as Ottawa leads at 2-1 over Emporia in their second game of the day in the Sam Ellis Classic. They will face Riley Wagner, who's thrown 50 pitches through 5 innings. He will face Espinoza, Laurie, and Olmeyer. Thanks to some of our sponsors, Quality Structures in Richmond, Dingle & Son Mortuary, Lamb Roberts Funeral Home, Sutton's Jewelry, Advent Health of Ottawa, the ORC, Kramer Pharmacy, Kansas State Bank, Adamson Brothers, Arvest Bank, Bank Midwest and Carstar. And Espinoza, who has had a fly out to right field and a ground out to short. One hit to right field. Well hit, but right at the right fielder, Kohlmeyer. Hits this one back up the middle for a base hit, and he's got his first hit of the afternoon. Make that the evening now. And a leadoff single for the Arrows here in the sixth, trying to get some insurance. Brings to the plate, number 19, Ryan Laurie. Espinoza at first with a leadoff single. Top of the sixth inning, and Ottawa leading 2-1, and Laurie takes a strike, and Espinoza with a delayed steal, and it's going to work. The throw was in a pretty decent spot, but it hopped over the glove of Garate as Espinoza with a little bit of a delay steal and makes it to second. It was a strike on Laurie, and the count at 0-1. 0-1 pitch on the way outside, and the count evens at 1-1. Still no action down in the Ottawa bullpen, so it looks like Altick will come out for the sixth. 1-1 pitch. Laurie's going to hit this one back up the middle. Coming in hard is the center fielder, Baumgartner. He makes the grab on the run, lays out for it for the first out. And Baumgartner, just no regard for his body. He has laid out for everything today. The one he laid out for back in the third inning, if he makes that grab, you end up on SportsCenter. Pitch is chopped at the plate for strike one by Blake Kohlmeyer. He has flown to center twice. Baumgartner has been busy. Espinoza still at second, and jammed at the plate is Kohlmeyer as it trickles down towards the Ottawa dugout. And he's behind in the count at 0-2. Espinoza with a leadoff single, then stole a base. Wagner throwing his 57th pitch. 0-2 pitch, a breaking ball that stays high and fouled away by Kohlmeyer, protecting the plate. Wagner with one strikeout. 0-2 pitch, fastball just off the plate. Count to 2-2. Make that 1-2. Kohlmeyer looking for his first hit. Espinoza with a huge lead at second. Kohlmeyer again just chopping at it, fouling it back to the screen. Oh-2 pitch. Chopped at the plate one more time. Kohlmeyer battling here with Wagner. Ottawa leads at 2-1. Top of the sixth inning. Have a runner at second with one out. Breaking ball hit back up the middle, and it's not going to be enough as Baumgartner again coming in strong from center field. And that is the second out on a fly out. Brings up Cole Swanson. Has flown out to right and flown to center. He hits this one down the line, tailing down the line, just foul. Looked like it was going to be some trouble as he had Kohlmeyer on the run and right. That same hit or same contact and game at 12:30 would have been blown back into fair play. Would have been a fair ball. 0-1 pitch, going to be hit to third on a chopper. Up with it, throwing to third from his knees and making the play is the third baseman, Beatty, for the third out. No runs on one hit, one left on base. As we head to the bottom of the sixth, you're listening to Ottawa Arrows Baseball on KOFO.
Eddie Thompson came to Arvest Bank looking for a new checking account. Let's hear what happens.
So Eddie, that's my Blue Checking. With free Blue Checking, you get e-statements, access to our Arvest Go app.
Wait, by free, you mean it's free for the first 6 months or something?
No, it's actually free.
But what about monthly fees?
Nope, no monthly service fees.
Wow, that's really
helpful.
Very helpful.
Free yourself from monthly fees with free Blue Checking. Arvest Bank, ready to help.
America is kept safe because the Army National Guard responds, protects, and supports our nation when it needs them most. The Army National Guard responds to disasters such as wildfires and floods. They protect us with missile defense, cybersecurity, and civilian support teams for chemical, biological, and radiological hazards. Be there for your community and your country. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more about part-time service. Sponsored by the Kansas Army National Guard. Aired by the Kansas Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Sports, information, and entertainment in East Central Kansas. KOFO K279CS Ottawa, where keeping you informed comes first.
Ottawa leads it 2-1 as we go to the bottom of the sixth inning. Lane Altick has pitched 5 innings, giving up 1 run on 2 hits. As he is retired the last 8. As he faces 2, 3, and 4 in the lineup. Bumgardner, Williams, and Grove. Altick with 80 pitches. Ottawa didn't warm anyone up in the top half of the inning. Altick with a deep breath and fires. First pitch misses low and outside in the count to 1-0. Baumgartner struck out looking in the first, was walked in the third, came around to score the 1 run for Emporia, and he takes a fastball low, and the count quickly to 2-0. And top half of this lineup cannot afford to get behind because they can all drive the baseball. Throw pitch, fastball outside, and the count to 3-0. 3-0 pitch outside, and a 4-pitch walk issued to Baumgartner, who ended up stealing 2 bases the last time he was on the base pad. His second walk earned of the day. And not what you want if you're Ottawa right now, leading by 1. And a leadoff walk. Caden Williams at the plate. First pitch runner going. Oshel can't get the exchange, and in there with a head-first slide without a throw is going to be Baumgartner. Third stolen base for him. And a runner in scoring position with no outs, bottom of the 6th. 1-0 pitch, check swing, and it's going to be a strike anyways. The count at 0-2. Altick faces Williams. 0-2 pitch, foul back to the screen. Count remains at 0-2. Altick works out of the stretch. Long breath, 0-2 pitch, just misses. Just a bit high and maybe that outside, and the count to 1-2. Cleanup man Grove standing in the on-deck circle for Emporia, post 5. 1-2 pitch, outside one more time, and the count evens. And Altick steps off the rubber, and maybe some miscommunication. It's going to be a balk. And that will send Baumgartner to third. Altick looking for a little bit of an explanation. Umpire, come back and talk to him. Still a conversation on the mound between Alpic and his catcher, Oshel. 2-2 count. Two count here to Williams. No outs, runner at third. Pitch on the way from Alpic. Swinging strike 3 and a big one for Lane Alpic. And first out of the inning. Groh, who was walked in the second and then grounded to the first baseman. First pitch to him, fastball high, and a count to 1-0. $91 pitches for Alpic. Bottom of the 6th inning, Ottawa leading 2-1, but a runner at third for Emporia. 1-0 pitch, ripped down between first and second for a base hit, and that'll score the runner from third. RBI single for Hunter Groh. And we're tied at 2. Right fielder Cade Kohlmeyer into the box for Emporia. Still just one out, and this one's going to be hit to center field. Swanson's going to have to get on his horse, and he's not going to. It's all the way to the wall. And that is going to be a stand-up double. They're going to send the runner home, and he's going to score. As Groh scores all the way from first base. And Emporia leads it 3-2. I think that is going to be it for Alpic. And it is going to be, let's see who he hands the ball to here. No, there's just going to be a meeting at the mound. We will wait to see who makes the change. And will not. So we'll go ahead and thank some of our sponsors. Co-title sponsors, Ottawa Chiropractic, Keith King State Farm, Croucher Abstract and Title Company, Goppert State Service Bank, as they are going to keep Lane Alpic on the mound. Standing at second with the double is Kohlmeyer. It's Skylar Douglas at the plate for Emporia. Reached base on a fielder's choice in the second and flew out to center in the fourth. 3-2 lead for Emporia, who scored 2 in the inning. Still have a runner at second with 1 out. Fastball outside misses, and the count to 1-0. Pitch off the end of the bat, and the count's a 1-1 as it goes foul. Ottawa scored 1 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th. Emporia scored 1 in the 3rd and 2 here in the 6th. 1-1 pitch, hit back up the middle. We'll see if the shortstop can make the grab. He can. Runner will move up to third as Beats just lofted over his head for another base hit, and that's 3 in a row. Runners at the corners with 1 out. Skyler Beatty, the third baseman at the plate. Alpic will throw over to first. Back in time is Douglas. Alpic gave up just 2 hits through the first 5 innings. He's given up 3 in this one. Pitch from Alpic high. Count to 1-0. 1 ball and no strikes to Skylar Beatty. And Altic again throws over to first. Back in plenty of time is Douglas. Kohlmeyer stands at third. Douglas at first. 1 out. Pitch high and outside. Count to 2-0. Emporia leads it 3-2. They scored 2 in the inning. And threatening. Swinging strike on a fastball. For strike 2, and the count goes to 2-2. Seems like forever ago, Ottawa won the first game of the day. 2-1 on a walk-off single against the Kansas Senators. 2 balls and a strike. Fastball outside, and Oshel, for some reason, throws down to second, goes over the head of the second baseman, and the run scores. And it's a 4-2 Emporia lead. And that is the first error of the evening for Ottawa. As that will go on the catcher. And they're going to try and pick off the runner at second. Goes over the head of the shortstop, beats it into center field, but the runner going to stay at second. Scoring from third was Kohlmeyer, and in the process, on the next pitch, Skylar Douglas takes second on that stolen base. 4-2 lead for Emporia. They scored 3 in the inning. And they're looking to break it open here with still just 1 out in the inning. Pitch is fouled back to the screen, and the count to 3-2. 101 pitches for Altic. Came into the inning on the hook for the win, and instead on the hook for the loss right now. Popped up in the infield, going foul near the Emporia bench, and unable to make the grab is Aiden Michael. And it has all gone wrong on the defensive end for Ottawa in this inning. That's one Michael's going to want back. Has had time to make the grab in front of the Emporia bench. And Altic, in frustration, lost his glove. Fell off his hand trying to make the catch on the throw back to him. Shortstop beats. A couple words of encouragement, and Altic ready to fire one more time for pitch 103. Chopper to third. Michael fires over to first. He will not fire it over, and then he throws it into center field. And it is going to be an error on Michael. As now runners at first and second. Michael tried the look off and the pump fake over to first base, and the runner at second wasn't fooled, and in the process threw it into right field. So Beatty stands at first with a fielder's choice. Ethan Garate at the plate. 2 ground outs for him. Runners at first and second, 1 out. 3 scored in the inning for Emporia, and they lead it 4-2. 0-1 pitch from Altic in the dirt. Count to 1-1. (105 pitches for him. Thrown 20 in the inning. (1-1 pitch, chopped foul and out of play. One ball and 2 strikes to Garate. One-two pitch from Altic way outside, and the count evens at 2-2. Ottawa had a chance in the top half as they got a leadoff single from Espinoza. He got to second base on a delayed steal, but he was left stranded. So let's hit back up the middle, It's going to be caught by Swanson. Ottawa's going to get a double play as the runner is doubled up. But the damage is done as Emporia scores 3 in the inning and Ottawa down to their last 3 outs. As we head to the top of the 7th, you'll listen to Ottawa Arrows Baseball on KOFO.
Sophia and Chris Garcia came to Arvest Bank looking to get a home loan. Let's hear what happens.
Chris and Sophia, thanks for choosing me as your lender in the Arvest Home for Me app. And now...
There's more paperwork to do.
Nope, I got the info you sent through the app. And now...
We wait to hear from someone at your main office.
No, now you're pre-qualified and ready to find your new home.
Wow.
And I'll be with you every step of the way.
That's...
helpful.
Very helpful.
Home loans made easy. Arvest Bank, ready to help. Equal housing lender.
Do your relationships keep winding up in the same bad place with breakups, abuse, manipulation, or abandonment? There is a better way. Life Care Center of Ottawa offers hope for breaking old relationship cycles and achieving lasting change. Through a fun weekly group called Birth of a Family, you have the opportunity to engage with mentors who are working through life just like you. Lively discussion guides you toward new perspectives about God's design for you and your family and helps get to the root of damaging lifestyle and relationship choices. Want to get off the merry-go-round? Call Life Care today at 785-242-4500.
Looks to be a new pitcher on the mound for Emporia, and see if we can get a number for you. It looks to be Cade Kohlmeyer. Yeah. It is Cade Kohlmeyer on the mound. Ottawa has seen him a couple times this year, but he comes in for the save. He will come in to finish it off for Emporia here in the the top of the 7th, as Ottawa needs 2 to stay alive as it's Beats, Oshel, and Heim. 9, 10, and 1. Hard throwing righty Kohlmeyer. As Wagner down the hook for the win. Kohlmeyer looking to and Wagner will actually move over to third base. And swinging way in front of it on the fastball that time is Brady Beats. Ottawa trails Emporia 4-2. We have 3 outs here. Beats swings at another one way behind that one, and the count to 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes, and strikes out on 3 pitches. Brings up Oshel. Sacrifice bunt back in the 5th. And it is actually going to be a pinch hitter in Quentin Carver. Fastball high from Kohlmeyer. Kohlmeyer's 1-0 pitch. Catches the corner and the count to 1-1. Fastball outside, count to 2-1. Carver pinch hit in game 1. He was able to reach base on an error. 2-1 pitch in there and the count to 2-2. 2-2 pitch in the dirt. The count goes full to Carver. Now to protect the plate here on 3-2. 3-2 pitch, breaking ball. Carver does foul back to the screen. Three-two pitch high, and Carver draws a walk. So Ottawa with a lifeline here in the top of the 7th, trailing by 2. And they will pinch run with Liam Robertson. He will come in for Carver. Oh, my apologies, that is Jose Richards who's pinch running, not Liam Robertson. Carson Hine, 1 for 3, does have a double. Fastball high, count at 1-0. and Jose Richards standing at first for Ottawa as the pinch runner. Fastball outside and the count to 2-0. Two balls and no strikes to the leadoff man, Hine. Fastball inside, count to 3-0. And that's going to warrant a mound visit from Baumwart. Hine on the afternoon, 4 for 6 overall in the game one. He was 3 for 4 with 2 doubles and then had a double here. And Ottawa's second game of the day. Just looking to get on base right now as Ottawa trails by 2, down to their last 2 outs. Like to get Espinoza to the plate at some point in this inning, and a fastball down the middle in there for a strike as Hine was taking all the way. Hine digs in from the right side. 3-1 pitch, it's going to be hit to right center on the run, and making the grab with a diving play is the right fielder, Cole. Not sure which number that is out there. That's Skylar Bay making the grab. We had some defensive shifts after Kohlmeyer moved to the mound. I'll bring Aiden Michael to the plate. Ottawa with a runner at first. Michael the tying run at the plate. Fastball high. Count to 1-0. 1-0 pitch. Hit down the line and foul. Count to 1-1. So Kohlmeyer would actually be on the hook for the win here. He finishes this off. Final out here for Ottawa, trying to stay alive. Runner at first. Aiden Michael at the plate. Nice play, throwing in the dirt, and getting back in time is Richards on the slide. It's the throw down to first from Baumwart. Almost catches him sleeping. 2-1 count to Michael. Big man can get a hold of it from time to time, and he's going to get a base hit here for Ottawa. Richards will move up to second as Aiden Michael able to get a single. He has reached base 3 times. Brings up number 21, Brett Hadel. Hadel with a ground out in the 5th and a fly out in the 1st. And they're going to throw over to second base. Luckily, Williams got there in time. Kohlmeyer didn't have a choice, though, as he had already stepped off the rubber and started to turn. First pitch to Hadel outside, down to 1-0. Espinoza in the on-deck circle. Runners at first and second, 1-0 pitch. Fastball down the middle for a strike, and the count to 1-1. Two outs, top of the 7th. Emporia leads Ottawa 4-2, scoring 3 runs in the bottom of the 6th. And Hadel just trying to stay alive at the plate on a breaking ball that jammed him, and he fouls it. And Ottawa's down to their final strike. See if Kohlmeyer goes back to the fastball. First time we'd really seen a breaking ball from him and really fooled Hadel. 1-2 pitch from Kohlmeyer, low. Count to 2-2. Richard stands at second base. Michael standing at first. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Kohlmeyer's pitch popped, foul, and out of play. 2-2 pitch coming from Kohlmeyer. Breaking ball that somehow Hadel gets a piece of and fouls it back to the screen again. Hadel trying to battle. Ottawa down to their final strike. 2-2 pitch, fastball, striking, swinging, and that does it. Ottawa falls 4-2 to Emporia. We'll take a break. You're listening to Ottawa Arrows Baseball on KOFO.
In uncertain times, you can be certain of this. The Salvation Army is serving those most in need with help and hope. Thanks to your donations, the Salvation Army is helping those affected by COVID-19, those who've lost wages, who have no home to retreat to, who need food, help with utilities, and most of all, hope. To see how you can continue to make a difference, visit GiveWestwood.org. GiveWestwood.org.
Did you know Geico's now offering an extra 15% credit on car and motorcycle policies? That's 15% on top of what Geico could already save you. So what are you waiting for? Your goldfish to sing Bizet's Carmen? There's never been a better time to switch to Geico. Save an extra 15% when you switch by October 7th. Limitations apply. Visit geico.com for details.
In uncertain times, you can be certain of this. The Salvation Army is serving those most in need with help and hope. Thanks to your donations, the Salvation Army is helping those affected by COVID-19, those who've lost wages, who have no home to retreat to, who need food, help with utilities, and most of all, hope. To see how you can continue to make a difference, visit GiveWestwood.org. GiveWestwood.org.
Parenting doesn't come with a manual, so if you are currently raising children you no doubt could use a little help. Whether you have a child who is potty training, a strong-willed 5-year-old, colicky newborn, or a rebellious teen, Life Care Center of Ottawa offers free parenting education to any parent of any age child. Not only that, while you are learning, you are also earning the resources you need to help care for your children, all at no cost to you. Call us today at 785-242-4500 to start becoming the mom or dad you were designed to be.
Welcome back as Ottawa missed a golden opportunity as they led it 2-1 going into the 6th inning, gave up 4 runs, and they fall. They gave up 3 runs as they fall 4-2. In their second game of the afternoon. More than likely we'll be playing tomorrow at either 5 or 7:30, depending on the result between Emporia and the Kansas Senators. We'll take another break. When we come back, we'll wrap it up. You're listening to Ottawa Arrows Baseball on KOFO.
Ad sponsored by Open Jar Concepts. Attention, this is an important message for anyone that has been diagnosed with cancer after being exposed to Roundup or other weed killers. The Internal Agency for Research on Cancer warned that overexposure to Roundup and other weed killers may increase the risk of developing non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. Monsanto, the manufacturer of Roundup, may have known that Roundup and other weed killers were likely linked to organ damage and cancer. This information was hidden from the public as proprietary trade secret since 1981, and Monsanto may have failed to warn of the potential risk of cancer. If you or a loved one has been diagnosed with cancer after being exposed to Roundup or other weed killers, you may be entitled to significant compensation. Call us now at 800-510-8976. Our network of attorneys are ready to fight for you. You'll pay nothing unless there's a recovery in your favor. Call now for a free consultation at 800-510-8976. You must protect your legal rights. Call 800-510-8976. Again, 800-510-8976.
Welcome back as Ottawa falls 4-2 in the second game of the day. They won game 1 2-1 against the Kansas Senators and then fall 4-2 to Emporia. Ottawa will wait to see the results of the game tomorrow at 12:30 between the Kansas Senators and Emporia to find out where they will go in bracket play. They could essentially end up as the one, but most likely will not, just based off the fact that Emporia has beaten the Kansas Senators several times this year. So we'll see if the Senators can steal one there. But Ottawa only gave up 1 run in the first game, so if it is the number of runs you've given up, Ottawa has a pretty good chance. But more than likely, we're looking at either 5 o'clock or 7:30 start. Tomorrow evening, we will have that matchup for you. After that, at that point, now that Ottawa's done with pool play, it is down to single elimination. I want to thank Larson Johnson for all his help today, and thank all of you for listening. We'll be back on the air tomorrow. Arrows fall 4-2 to Emporia and the Sam Ellis Classic. Go listen to Ottawa Arrows Baseball on KOFO.
We hope you enjoyed this broadcast of Ottawa Arrows Post 60 Legion Baseball on KOFO. Brought to you by title sponsors State Farm Insurance Agent Keith King and the Ottawa Chiropractic Clinic. Legion Baseball on KOFO is also brought to you by Quality Structures in Richmond, Dingle & Son Mortuary, Bank Midwest, Sutton's Jewelry, the Ottawa Recreation Commission, also by Advent Health Ottawa, Goppert State Service Bank, Lamb Roberts Funeral Home, Corner Market, Agler & Gaddert Certified Public Accountants, Kramer Pharmacy, Kansas State Bank, and by Adams